All right. And there we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys have had a good week. It's Friday already. Time flies when you're having fun. And good day. Good day again. Actually, it's raining a little bit here tonight. You can see it was weird. It was coming in. You could see the clouds coming in. Uh, and then all of a sudden the rain got here. But yeah, that happens. We need the rain, so I'm not complaining about the rain at all, not at all. So, but we've been a little busy down here. New buildings coming in and getting things kind of squared away. Jimmy hung out for a few more days and was like banging out wood like crazy, just crazy. Flattened a tire on his trailer. We have one turn and there's like this huge rock that you're not moving this rock that's on the side, and you have to go wide when you go around that turn. And unfortunately, I'm surprised all that smoke coming out of Virginia isn't affecting your area. Yeah, I haven't dealt with any of that at all. Nope, not at all. But anyway, so he was coming around there with his trailer loaded up, hit that rock, and just crushed the rim on the tire. So he flattened the tire, and crushed the rim. So uh, he's got the trailer parked over here on the side, and he took the tire off, and so he left out. He went home, but yeah, it was just the guy's a machine. We were talking about it. We're like, Jimmy's just a machine. You put him on a project, you say, Jimmy, work on this, and he goes bananas. So, but we made some good progress though. I'm gonna pop my green tea here. Ah, but yeah, no, he was like, well, I can do this and I can do that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And he was working on the boxes as well. So, not the tall bearded guy. That's Dave. Dave is yeah, Dave's got the new building in. Dave's still here. Dave don't like to go home, so he likes to stay here. No, I'm only kidding. Dave has got an absolutely awesome wife. His wife, she's been down here. Judy's amazing. She's a really cool person. But Dave, he's got his building in. I'll tell you guys, and I know Dave's watching too, but I don't care. When his building came in here, he was like somebody had just sent him the best Christmas present ever. He was all excited. It was actually very cool to see. Very, very cool to see. So, but yeah, he'll be working on that and getting that squared away. All right. Before we get going on anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat, or in the chat. Be decent. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches will boot you out of here because we are not going to tolerate that. That's not acceptable. So, forewarned, right? But anyway, yeah. Now we're going to talk about this whole meeting with. Now, so, and this is I find this fascinating. You know, with everything that's been going on, that the leader of China comes to the United States of America. And a lot of games going on, a lot of games going on, and then he says the world is big enough for both China and the United States. Like I said, I have told you guys, and I've been saying this for more than 30 years now. Russia is not the enemy of the United States of America. They're not. I've been saying it forever. China is the enemy. Um, China is the enemy, and they have an agenda. They want. I mean, you look what they do to their own people, folks. Look what they do to their own people, and The Chinese people are pretty compliant. They do what they're told for the most part, and if they don't, they get sent to re-education camps. And there's a lot of issues over there, which we've saw highlighted. They've talked about everything like that, and then he comes here, and then all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, well, maybe China's not so bad. Maybe we have a bad view of them." They're continuing to build up and build up and build up. I think their navy right now might be the largest navy in the world. I mean, we've been the largest navy in the world for a long time, but they have now they okay, ship wise. Let's rephrase this. They have more ships than we do, but we got better technology, and that's okay. But you know, and but like I said, it's just there's a game being played. He's over here trying to butter up the CEOs and talking with them because, and of course, they're going to talk to him because it's always about money at the end of the day. But they've been building up. They've been building up their military. They've been building up their navy. They're preparing. They're flexing their muscles a little bit to see what they can get away with and what they can't get away with. Like I said, the situation with the Philippines, claiming, you know, and I always found that fascinating. I mean, you look at India with China. There's disputed lands there that they've been fighting over for a while. Okay, India don't like China, and China don't like India. Uh, like I said, China wants to be the big dog on the block, and they want to be able to push their way around and intimidate, you know, the bully getting the lunch money. Yeah, no kidding. But there's definitely there's a lot going on that we're never going to be privy to. Guaranteed that's the case. But do not be surprised if down the road, and I've said this before, so it's not like this is anything new. Do not be surprised if down the road we're at war with China. Would not shock me in any way, shape, or form. They want to be number one. And, so a lot of the stuff that we get, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but they had cut back sending us rare earth minerals. And so, they're fighting over the food, the rice, China versus India. No, no, Larry, there's up in the mountains, there's an area up in the mountains that's disputed between India and China, and they've been fighting over that. So it's not about the food in that area. I mean, you look at India has overtaken China as far as population goes, and that's a big reason for that is China's one-child policy, which I think they've dropped that now. But they had that one-child policy to try to keep the, you know, um, population under control. But what was as a result of that one-child policy, their population is aging out and there's not enough new people to bring in more people, so that's why they stopped that policy because it wasn't working, it wasn't a good thing. And what you're having happen here in the United States, you're having a lot of people are opting not to have kids. Well, let me rephrase that. Responsible people, okay, a lot of responsible people are opting not to have children because of affordability reasons and everything else. So you're seeing a lot of that happening here. But when you have some of these people coming into this country that are going to go ahead and have seven, eight, nine kids, I mean, so here's something I'm going to throw this out there, okay? And this is a fact, guys. Okay, um, the Muslim population, wherever they are, right? How many kids do they have? Do they limit themselves? Do they say, hey, you know what? Got to be responsible here. No, we're not going to have any more. No, they just keep banging them out, banging them out, banging them out because their mentality is they're going to breed us out. That's what their plan is. Their plan is to breed us out. If they make, and think about it, it's actually a smart move. If a Muslim family has 10 kids, right? And the American family decides, and let's use white people. Let's go ahead and use white people. And they say, okay, well, we've got three kids. affordability wise, we better not have any more. So we're just going to go ahead and stop having children because you've made the responsible choice. Well, if they're having 10 and we're having three, white people, right? We're just going to use white people as the example. Uh, Over time, we're getting bred out, and that's a fact. The math, if you add it up, and do that, and then you look at, like I said again, you look at all the people that are opting not to have children. Like I said, I'll use like myself for an example. When I was with my ex-wife, we already had Josh. She had Josh already when we met, and then we had the twins, and so we made a decision at that point. Three kids is enough. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility, and affordability wise, I mean, it's expensive to have children. And so you have to you make those choices, and that's what we did, being responsible. And when other people are not doing that, and they just keep banging them out, banging them out, banging them out, and okay, well, the government will take care of me, you know. But it happens, and it happens over and over and over again. And so, time is not on the side of Joe Average American. Time is on the side. Um, you have these people coming in, like I said, from South America, and you know, tell that to the Kardashians. Yeah, right. Who? I never liked them. I never watched their show. I thought that they were very trashy people, you know. So was not ever really involved in it. I'll tell you what, the mother, very, very smart woman, because she marketed all her kids and they all made a bunch of money. And people love that. I don't know what it is about that. Why we care about people, that family, why we should care about them at all. I don't get it. But oh yeah, the Amish. Yes, we forgot it. But yep, Amish have 10 to 20 kids. Yeah, they just keep banging them out too. Yeah, the Amish have a lot. Now I forgot. I wasn't even thinking about that, Mountain Man. Yeah, but the Amish folks do have a lot as well. You know. Yeah, she marketed a sex tape between and Kim and Ray J, which made them famous. Yep, that's exactly right, Don. You're exactly right. Yep. I think folks don't want to bring kids into this crazy world. I think that's part of it for some people. Yes, I agree with that. But there's other people that like you just said, the Amish, they have a ton of kids. They have a ton, and they keep growing. They're growing. They keep buying up more land. You know, so I don't have a problem with the Amish. They do their thing. They don't bother nobody. So yeah, and the Amish don't watch TV exactly. Yeah. Well, they have that time when they're like 16. I think they give. I don't even know how long they give them, where they give them that time to go out into the world and they can live like they call us the English, live like the English. 1 year, Don. Okay, yeah, they get like a year that they can go absolutely buck wild, and then they have to make the decision: do you stay with the family, and come back, or do you go off into the world? But what you have to understand, it's kind of a stacked deck, because if they decide not to come back, they're shunned by their family. They're shunned absolutely by their family, and their family's everything. I mean, they it's all about family with them. So and so a lot of them decide. Um, they do too. I lived in Amish area, and those kids go insane. Oh yeah, they go crazy in that time period and just go wild. But then they have to make that decision. Do they go back and live that lifestyle, or do they leave? And like I said, if they leave, they have no contact with their family, which is, that's got to be a tough call. How do you make that call? I mean, think about it. Think about when you were a 16, 17-year-old kid, you know, um, zero world experience, and they have even less, right? Because they haven't been exposed to it. And then they get a year, and then they make a choice. Do they go back and live there, or do they, you know, they can only be shunned if they have already joined the church. No, but if they Mountain Man, if they don't come back and join and be part of that, that's when they're shunned. If they decide, no, this is not what I want to do, I don't want to live that way, they're shunned. This it's a choice that they make. So, but anyway, going back to the whole situation with China, I don't trust China. I don't. I like I said, I've been very uh yeah, the majority of them stay. Yep, Carolyn, you're right. And you think about it, and why is that? Because that's what they know. Um, I want you to think about this. Let's talk about this just for a few more minutes. We're all creatures of habit. We are. I don't care what anybody says. Nope, nope, I'm not. No, we are. Absolutely, we are. We get comfortable. Excuse me. We get comfortable in whatever our routine is, whatever our normal is. You become comfortable with that, and that's a fact. I mean, it's just it's part of life. You go, well, this is my routine, and I enjoy it. Like I love being here. I will never live in New York ever again. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, I love living here. When I see the craziness, what's going on in the world, and the way people act and what they do, it makes more and more sense for me for the decisions that I've made to put myself here, so I don't have to deal with that insanity. And I've surrounded myself with like-minded people. You know what I mean? But that's it's a whole different thing. But it's like I like this. This is what I'm comfortable with. If somebody said to me, "Hey, I'm going to give you this big house in New York City, free, rent free, and you can live there," I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't want it. That's not where I want to be. Dawn said, "Hey, Ed, the bunker is looking great. Thank you very much. We've got a lot of work done on the bunker. There's more videos coming up over the next couple weeks for the bunker. Every Thursday at 3, you'll see a new bunker video. So there's a couple more that you're going to see coming up. So, but yeah, it's yeah, that project is getting ready for the next stage. So, what tool are you using? It's like a it's like almost like a handheld jackhammer. But I don't even know what the name of it is. I'll have to look and see what it's called, and I'll let you guys know. But it's like the bigger one that we've been using now. It's a heavy machine, but man, it eats through that. It eats. I mean, not as fast as I would like, obviously, but it is amazing, and it's definitely made things go a lot better with that. What we have to do, yeah, the bunker blaster, exactly. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build some kind of platform in there that can go up or down, so we can set it on there and focus on an area, and then just kind of work our way down. Because once you waist level or lower, it's fairly decent. But once you get up higher, a jack leg, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and say it's this, that, or the other thing, but it's definitely wild. Are you going to put a wood stove in the bunker? Ah, God, honestly, I don't know. The thing is with the bunker, once you're underground, the temperature stays a constant 58 degrees. Now, obviously, that's not a lovely temperature to try to stay warm in. But we'll have to kind of figure out what, if we're building like living quarters down there, that if we had to have places to live, we would probably figure something out. Yeah, pulley system for that. Yeah, for that. We're gonna definitely do that. Demolition hammer drill. Yeah, I think old Mutt's got it right. It's a demolition hammer drill. Yep. But yeah, that thing kicks butt. There's no doubt about it. It is definitely a beast. Um, and like I said, we made really good progress this month. We will definitely make more progress next month. And we kind of got a game plan that we're going to do. I'm going to need to get in there soon and put in some angle iron, and then I'm going to get like a metal mesh to tack weld to there to for support. The ceilings, like I said, the ceilings are going to be arched, but we're definitely going to get things squared away, so we don't have any kind of collapses or anything like that. That's the game plan anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. I thought you were making living quarters in the bunker. The first two rooms, Mary, in the bunker that we make. And again, guys, this is not something that's going to take, weeks. This is going to be months and months and months of a lot of work. Over the course of this winter, I'm curious to see how much we can actually get done. And we're going to have to, go from there. But yeah, years. We're looking, yeah, for what I want to do underground, absolutely years. But we'll have to, but anyway, what we're going to, once we get in a ways, we're going to be going a room to the left and left. How about if I use my left hand? A room to the left and then a room to the right. And the room to the right is going to be storage. So the first room that we dig out is going to be for storage. The second room that we dig out is going to be an underground freezer. So that's the game plan with those two. Okay. Once we get further down the tunnel, if you will, we will dig out more rooms, and some of them will be living quarters. We could put you know, uh, like a med room in there for people that if they're hurt and they need to get, be in a safe area. So there's a lot that has to be done, basically. And it's going to take time. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. But if you don't do nothing, how big are the rooms going to be? I would like to see, hmm, 12 by 20, something like that. Good size rooms, because especially the storage room, what we're gonna end up doing is once the storage room is built, then that room is gonna basically have, you know, shelving units in there, all full of supplies. There's also one of the things we've talked about is the 55-gallon barrels, the metal barrels. Get them down in there. It's a great thing for storage. The mice or any kind of critters are not going to be able to get into them. And so, that is, you know that's like I said, there's we're going to make the hallway big enough to start with, that we can start getting the 55-gallon barrels on both sides of the hallway. So like where you're seeing right now where we're coming in, it's probably, you know just past my shoulders width. Well, once we get in 4 to 6 feet, well, 6, 8 feet maybe, then we're going to widen that out and make that hallway bigger. Okay. So that we can continue to have that length and up and down the hallway. But on both sides, we can put 55-gallon barrels full of supplies. The sooner we can get things underground, the better. So, you know, I found 4 deer to process. So some of that meat is going to be canned. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, it's just, you have to, all of it's a process. All of it is a process. And, like I said, it's just going to take time. We're going to get it done and build a spam room for Angry Prepper. Yeah, right. So, will you door off the shaft or the tunnel in the bunker? Yes, and yes. Yeah. There'll be, there'll definitely be you're gonna have to go through a doorway to get into it. So we have a game plan of what we're gonna do. And it's just like I said, it's just gonna take time. Are you still living in your trailer? Yes. Right now I'm still in the camper. Yep. Probably will be for a while. I have some plans of what I plan on doing. I do want to get a building of my own in here as well. That's going to happen. It's just going to take some time. So what do we got? 303 in the chat, guys. We got 100. Yeah, sounds like a Vietnam tunnel system. Exactly, old mutt. Exactly. Yep, that's the game plan. So, but anyway, we got 139 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I thank you ahead of time. It really does make a big difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. So I do appreciate it for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. What safety braces in the bunker? Good question, Larry. We do, like I said, what I'm going to be doing as we're digging in, we're going to have It's gonna be angle iron and a wire mesh, and eventually what we're gonna end up doing with that as we continue in, we'll be using like Colin Fuzz. I actually kind of mentored things after him in a way. I do want to do the sheet metal like he's doing on the walls after we get the sheet metal or the angle iron in. Want to put sheet metal in there on the walls and on the floor, but also behind that, what we'll end up doing is what mesh size on your expanded metal. I'm not sure yet, Okie Forge. We're gonna have to figure all that out. I got to see what they say, because what we're gonna end up doing is we're going to feed everything with concrete down the road. Like we'll do a section, get a section done, wire meshed up, sheet metal up, and then we'll backfill that all with concrete for that support. I want the arch ceilings, the art like that. That arch on the ceilings is very important, because what that's going to do, it's going to offer a greater strength and support for the tunnel. So if there is any kind of issues, it won't collapse because of that arch, and with the support of the concrete, the wire mesh, and then also with the sheet metal and the angle iron. That's going to give it that support. So there's going to be the angle iron up the sides, angle iron arched as well, and then like I said, the wire mesh is going to go on the outside of that, not on the inside, but on the outside on top. And then so that'll be sitting on that angle iron. That wire mesh will be, and it's going to be a heavier, thicker wire mesh too, just so you guys know. And then we'll put the sheet metal up, and then blasting in concrete section by section as we go. So, but won't that heavy clay crush anything in its path? Larry, we're digging through. It's like rock. Okay, half-inch mesh would work great. Okie Ford said. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. We're It's like digging through rock. So we're gonna do the support stuff because I think it's important to do that just because. But honestly, I almost am not sure we need to. I mean, we're gonna do it because obviously we're gonna be digging deeper and deeper underground. So I'm not taking chances. But what we're digging through is unbelievably crazy to dig through. It's very, very difficult. Yeah, I agree. It's solid. It's very solid. Yeah, we're not digging through sand. We're not digging through dirt. Somebody sent me a video, and it was in the context, and I'm gonna explain this so people understand. Like when we started digging down, everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's gonna collapse. That's gonna collapse on you. It's gonna collapse on you." We've been doing that for a year. We've been digging there for a year, and it ain't collapsed. It's not going to collapse. And I got sent a video of these guys were in a trench, right? And the trench collapsed on them and ended up killing two of them. So here was the difference. Okay, the difference was they were fresh dirt had been moved in. They had to dig it out again because the owner wanted something else done. They didn't have safety stuff in there like they should have, and it was just dirt. It wasn't, we're digging through literally, it's like digging through concrete, is what we're digging through. So we're not digging through some fresh dirt or sand. I watch these guys make these I watch the videos where they dig out part of the hillside, and then they bring the wood in and they build like a bunker, and then they like kind of rebury it. Well, they're digging through sand, and I watch them dig through that, and I go, "Oh my God, that would be in a way awesome, but in a way not awesome." I like what we're digging through because it's solid and it ain't going anywhere. But again, at the same time, now the bunker hole itself, right? The hole itself going up, that's all going to be concreted. Rebar, concrete, that's all going to be getting done. That's probably going to happen in the spring because it's too cold right now to do that. Okay. So it's just, that's not going anywhere. And I always laughed because it's like, so the other thing that I get a lot of about, like flooding, what are you going to do for flooding? We're putting in drainage at the bottom of that bunker. And if you watch when you're watching there, and you'll see in a couple upcoming videos, I actually do a lot of explaining of what we're doing and what's going on and what the process is. But there's a step up before you go into the bunker. That's why we went down. Originally, we were going to go down 11 feet, but we went down an extra foot because I wanted to have it so that you had to step up into the bunker. That will be one thing that will help with flooding. If there was any water, now some of you have seen, right? That one time we were about 10 feet deep in the bunker. We got some torrential rains and the bunker filled up with water. It was full to the top. And I was shocked. Um, Tennessee dirt is broken here. Yeah, it ain't broken here. and it's and like I said, I've had people say to me that are from West Virginia, they're like, I can't believe you haven't hit bedrock yet. There is no rocks, guys. There is no rocks. All right. It is a hard, compacted clay that we take out in chunks, and it doesn't break down. It's not like it breaks down. So people say, "Oh yeah, well once you put that into the rain, it's going to break down." It doesn't. This is stuff that has been sitting there for who knows how long, and it's like rock, you know. But anyway, so it's just I understand and I appreciate people's concerns. So I don't want you to think that I'm dismissing anybody's concerns, but anybody that's been down here, that is dug down here and seen what we're dealing with and what we're doing, they go, "Oh yeah, I get it." They go, "Okay, yeah, I get it," because you have no idea. Yeah, like 10,000 years, probably more than that, Billy the Kid. Probably more than that. I wish we would hit coal, Broken Dolly. That would be awesome. Because I do own all the mineral rights on my property as well. So yeah, if I hit anything like that, I would be a happy camper. I would be a very happy camper. So, but no, we haven't hit anything like that. But but yeah, it's just like I said, it's the whole thing is a process. We do plan on, like I said, the bunker hole itself will be concreted up and all those type of things. And so, it will definitely be solid. We do plan on having drainage. There's going to be drainage at the bottom of the hole so that if any water does get in there, which once I seal everything up, folks, just so you know, once I seal everything up, there shouldn't be any water getting into the bunker. So that's. Oh, West Virginia egg count. Thank you, Larry. I'm sorry. All right, let's do this real quick, guys. Again, 308 in the chat, 167 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, first, please do so to show support for the channel. I thank you for that. Also, again, it really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction we get, the better. Also, again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so egg count for West Virginia today. So we have the 6 hens. One of them lays a white egg. So how many eggs, and did the white hen lay, yes or no? So give you guys a moment to get your guesses, and we will go from there. Right, Texas tea. That would be awesome, Mars Gold. I'd be happy about that too. All right. So before I give you guys the answer, okay, I have to tell you what happened. So uh yesterday we had I only got 2 eggs yesterday. All right. So this morning when I let the birds out, uh rather quickly, I had 5 eggs really quickly this morning. And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm thinking, okay, we're just waiting on the white hen to lay, right? Uh, so if anybody was going to be right about today, it would be Kim Possible with 6 eggs and yes. But when I went back later this afternoon and checked, there was 3 more eggs. Plus the white egg was one of those 3 eggs. So actually today it was 8 eggs. Now I don't think 2 of those chickens laid twice today. I think what ended up happening is they laid late yesterday. And so technically, Kim Possible, when she said 6 eggs and yes, she would be the one that was the only one that would have been right. So we'll give it to Kim Possible for that answer. But technically, if you want to be technical, I got 8 eggs today out of 6 hens. And like I said, the little white hen she laid as well. So, but yeah, it was like because I'm thinking I'm going back and just looking for one more egg, and there was three. I'm like, what? So, yeah. Chickens normally lay. It's like a 27, 28 hour schedule when they're laying on a regular basis. So, yeah, that's generally the case in that way. But I don't know. Like I said, I think some of them laid late yesterday, and then they laid again this afternoon. So I think that's what ended up happening. So I think everybody did lay today, which would be the first time that happened. That all six laid, and we got the right amount of the right amount of eggs. So. But so Kim Possible wins nothing. So congratulations, and you're happy about that, which is also good. But yeah, it's no, those chickens are cool. I like the chickens; they're a lot of fun. Really happy to have hens again, and so I will. So here's the game plan. Like moving forward, I'm not eating that many eggs every day. Okay, that's not going to happen, and I don't know if they're going to continue to lay like that, especially once it gets colder down here. They probably won't lay like that, but whatever they do lay, I'll eat some of them, obviously, yes. I'll save the rest, and when we have our get together, those eggs will be used for the group when we do our breakfast on Saturday and Sunday morning. So we can bang out 3, 4 dozen eggs on a Saturday or a Sunday. So it's we go through some eggs on those days, but so we'll see where we're at. But I can easily eat 4 a day. If I'm gonna eat them, it's weird. It's like I'll go in a streak and I'll eat 3, 4 days in a row, and then I'm like, okay, I need a break. But yeah, it's just it kind of depends. It really depends. But no, I was freaking shocked today. So happily shocked with the hens. So but anyway, but they're all first year hens. So, that makes a difference. Really makes a difference. You have to keep getting those younger hens in the rotation. So, I eat 3 poached eggs every day. Wow. Okay. Well, if you like them, Larry, then that's awesome. I love eggs. Don't get me wrong. I'll boil them up. I'll eat hard boiled eggs. I love hard boiled eggs. I'll make egg salad. So, I mean, I'll do different things with them. Love my sunny side up eggs so I can dip my toast in them. So like that too. And I also like scrambled eggs. So, it just really depends. So, but anyway, we're going back to what we're doing with the bunker. With the progress we made this get together, it was a lot of progress. Yeah, the LPOP was hard digging also. Yep. Once I'm telling you guys, once you that old mutt was here for that one, and Jimmy went freaking bananas on that one too. He's like I said, Jimmy's a machine. Jimmy is a machine. He is he gets at it. So but anyway, he once you get past the topsoil, so the topsoil is maybe 3, 4 inches of topsoil. Once you get past the topsoil, it's all that hard clay. That's what you're dealing with. So I mean, it's tough ground, and so that's like I said with collecting the leaves that we did this year. What I'll end up doing, like in the spring, we do want to do greenhouse in the spring. What I want to try to do at that point is I have a neighbor's got horses and stuff like that. I'll try to get some of that manure. We'll get whatever soil we can make and produce, try to use some of that and try to mix all those components together. Once we get rabbits, that their rabbit poop will go directly in the chicken poop. What we'll end up doing is we'll take some of that and that'll go in there, but not heavy because of the acidity in it. But if you take chicken poop and you set it aside in a composting bin, if you will, just have an area that, and you just put that in there, let it sit for a year. The following year, once you've cleaned out your, the chicken coop and everything like that, the following year you can take all that and then utilize that in your gardens. So with any scraps from celery, lettuce, all those type of things, those will all go into composting as well. But horse manure has a lot of weeds. Cow manure is better. Okay. Well, there's plenty of cows around here too, and I'm sure if I said, "Hey, can I have some of your cow crap?" I'm sure they're not going to say no. So, but oh yeah, you got to do deviled eggs for Thanksgiving, Larry. That's a given. That is a given. Yep. So, but yeah, you can create good soil using hudiculture. I definitely plan on doing that as well. So, so what is hudiculture? Once we make our raised beds, like I did in New York, we will take dead logs and rotted down, trees and stuff like that, and put all that into the bottom of the bed first. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll do that first, and then once we do that, we'll add the dirt on top of that. And over time, what happens is all that breaks down, helps enrich the soil. Your soil's going to settle every year. You are going to see that settle every single year with the soil. So it's like I said, it's a process, and I'm looking forward to doing that. I can't wait till we get our greenhouses in and the raised beds and all of that here. That is part of like next year's focus. I'll be honest with you, and because we're almost done here with November, so we got one more month to go. So next year's focus here at the homestead, as you guys now saw, we have 5 new buildings in this year. On top of those 5 buildings, we built the pavilion this year. Mark finished his cabin this year. Jimmy brought in those 2 little things that we have set up as well, that can be used as living quarters or storage or whatever we want to use those for. We got another shed in here. We've really started growing and expanding. We should get one more building in here before the end of the year, and that would be Paul and Barbara's building should be coming in, and that'll be going into the upper meadow. So we should be seeing, like I said, so by the end of this year, we'll have, like I said, 6 new buildings in on the property. And I was unsubscribed for your channel by YouTube. I think so. Everyone check your subscription, Dustin Smith said. That doesn't surprise me, Dustin, at all. YouTube plays those games constantly. Constantly. But so anyway, our focus going into the new year, rain collection is going to be a huge part of that. Huge part of that. So, and I kind of talked about this a little bit before, but every building that is put in on this property, so none of the roofs are not metal. We will collection. So the 275-gallon totes, every building will have at least 2 of the 275-gallon totes. Like the pavilion will probably have at least 3, possibly 4. Dave's building, because it's bigger, should have at least 3. So we'll get all those set up, and so that way every place that's here, people will be able to have their own water for their own property, or their own building, if you will. So they can, that we can do it that way. We also want to do is get probably looking at a 2,000-gallon tank. So what's that going to cost? You figure $1 a gallon. So for a 2,000-gallon tank, you're probably looking at about $2,000. We want to put that up on the top of the hill, up here, between the upper and lower meadow. So get it dug out, put this huge tank part way in there, bury it up the sides so it has the thermal mass so we don't have freezing. Then what we want to be able to do is use gravity feed. So we'll pump the water for that one from the well. So the well will be utilized to fill that up. That'll take a few days. Probably we'll do it over the course of 4 or 5 days. We'll just probably do 200 gallons at a time, let it fill up. So each day we're not going to tax the well too much. Get that filled up. So then we got a 2,000-gallon tank up there. Gravity feed it to the lower meadow, gravity feed in the upper meadow. Excuse me, for the greenhouses that we're going to do up there. So greenhouses are next year. So really focusing on getting gardens going and all that type of thing. Rain catchment, getting the well where we're utilizing the well, getting that part done, and developing both of the springs even more. You utilize everything that's available to you. Now, this year, the last 3 months, let's say, is pretty much the last 3 months. We've had very, very little rain here. That spring down over here never went dry. I show it was low, absolutely was low, but it never went dry. So that spring absolutely needs to be blocked off, squared away, and utilize that water as well. So there's you know you got to remember the thing that has to be in the thought process. And we're going to do egg count in New York in just a second, guys. Just give me just 1 minute. Right now, I'm here full time. Steve's here full time, and Dave might as well be here full time. Dave's here quite a bit. Dave's here more than half the time. Well, and that's okay. Um, but you know, that's not we don't have huge water needs at this point. But SHTF, when that happens, we could have 30, we could have 40 people. Dave's not here. We could have 30, 40 people down here. That's a lot of water needs, you know. That's a lot of water needs. Yeah, don't tell Eric. um, and that's a joke, guys. Just so you know, it's an inside joke, but we won't get into that. But anyway, you know, so your needs of water are going to be a lot more. So what we have to do is plan accordingly. So when that time comes, then we're not scrambling then and oh my god, how are we going to get enough water to take care of everybody? So it's important. It's water is key. Water is key. So all right, so we're at 283 in the chat, we're at 203 on the thumbs up. So again, if you have not, at another channel, bought used milk tanks, they washed out the water for water storage they purchased from a dairy farm that stopped dairy farm. Oh wow, that's pretty neat. Yeah, yeah, that would be a cool way to do it. I wonder how much that cost them. That would be interesting. And I wonder how big those tanks would be. That's actually pretty neat. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it makes a big, big difference with the algorithm. So I thank you for that reason. Again, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. So New York, how many eggs, and yes or no for Miss Thickneck? So give you guys a moment to get your guesses in there, and starting now. So give you guys a moment, and I'm going to take another drink. All right. If you guys had the same exact guess as Okie Forge, Oak Forge with 2 eggs and no for Miss Thickneck, she is on her winter sabbatical. So, um, uh, Ed, I have some bridge timber you could have reclaimed bridge. Oh, wow, that's cool. Shoot me an email and give me your phone number. We'll talk about that. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be very cool. But so congratulations to Okie Forge. You've won absolutely nothing, but I know you're happy, so that's a good thing. So anyway, guys, yeah, they're this year. I got to tell you, I mean, we've made some substantial progress down here this year, beyond my expectations. Absolutely beyond my expectations. I mean, the bunker itself is a whole different kettle of fish. Do I wish the bunker had gone faster? Yeah, I do. I wish it had gone faster. But over the course of the winter, that's going to be a big focus, of what we're doing when the colder months are here. Because there's really, I mean, other than people working on their buildings, and working on the inside of those, getting them insulated, getting those squared away, and doing those type of things. The focus is going to be in the colder months, working on that. I haven't won anything and I'm happy. There you go, Asif. Thank you very much. And thank you for the donation as well. But, with getting all the buildings in that we got this year, just getting the pavilion to where we're at with the pavilion is huge psychologically. Uh, you know, we sat around when we did our Thanksgiving. I'll just share this with you guys. We sat around when we did our Thanksgiving, and we were talking about that last year at this time we were under a canopy, right? We went through what, three canopies? I think three canopies got, two of them got destroyed by the winds. you know, um, but sitting under a canopy over an open fire, trying to stay warm, trying to take care of stuff. And, I remember talking about that last year. And I said to the guys, because it was all guys at that point that were here. The ladies weren't coming down because it was cold. And Sandy would be here in a heartbeat. I know Sandy is tough as nails, and she's going to be here no matter what. But she was doing other stuff that she had to take care of with family and stuff like that, so she wasn't able to be here. Um, we sat there and we talked about it, and I said to them then, I said, this is the worst it'll ever be right now. What we're dealing with right now is the worst it's ever going to be. I said, it's going to do nothing but get better moving forward. I said, as we move forward, things are going to get better and better and better. And then you look at what we've gotten done this year. Now we have the pavilion, so we can get in out of the weather. With getting the clear tarps on the outside of that, that's going to help. It does help hold the heat in, and just getting everything done with just that project alone. It was a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and everybody worked really hard on that. And to get that to where that's at, it has been great. And then with getting the buildings in here and getting that going, with Mark, basically the inside of his building is done. He's got some wiring that he's got to do and stuff like that. But other than that, he's in really good shape with his building. Like he can come down here now, and if next month we got a bunch of snow and it's colder than cold, well, he's going to be warm in that, or in the deer blind. He's going to be warm in there. He's got the wood stove, and we're not running out of any wood anytime soon. So when you see more, you'll be seeing more videos coming up about the wood guys. You're going to be like, holy crap! So have your wood stove burning as well? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got the wood stove in the pavilion, and that's awesome. So, but yeah, like I said, Mark could rent that place out as an Airbnb. Yeah, I know, no kidding, no kidding. But it's we're all very concerned. Obviously, it's definitely one of the reasons for the push to get buildings in here. Uh, you know, when things go down, the more things that we have in place here, the better off we're going to be. Did Mark insulate the floor in the deer blind? Yeah, partially so far. Okie Forge, he's not 100% complete with that. He has more insulation that he's got to put up under there, and then he's going to be putting some plywood to seal. So he's definitely going to do that. He does have some insulation in there right now, but is he going to actually hunt out of the deer blind? No, Larry. No, he's not hunting out of the deer blind. So, but But anyway, yeah, it's just so he's gonna, yeah, that'll definitely help as well. I mean, he has stuff that he's got to do. The three sides are done now on underneath, and so he's got the front. He's got to make the doors for that and get that part of it squared away. He's got to figure out what he's going to be doing. I think I talked about he wants to do like shelves, or steps, if you will, for storage underneath there, for wood and everything else. It's a process, guys. It's a process, and he's been working on that for a while. But when we get together, he'll get a chance to work on it more, and he'll be good. I mean, it's like, and everybody else. I mean, I know Dave is going to be working. He'll probably have his place squared away before everybody else because he's here more than anybody else. But Are the bees less active in the winter? Yes. Nope. Nope. They absolutely. No, it's not a Dawn. The only stupid question is the one that's not asked. That is the only stupid question. Yeah, the bees are a lot less active in the winter. They're obviously not flying out collecting anything because there's nothing to collect. So they are basically they're hunkering down. They have plenty of honey, and they should be just fine to get through the winter. I'm hoping they get through the winter fine. We'll have to see, when the spring comes. And so there's really not much I can do. They're protected more from the winds in the position of where they're at because they're behind the shipping container there. And so we'll just, we'll see how they make out, and we kind of go from there. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I'm really excited for everything that we got going. We've made, like I said, tremendous progress this year, getting the fruit trees in, getting the blueberry bushes in, trying to. Do you give them sugar water in the winter? No, Dawn. If they have enough honey, which they have enough honey, we don't have to worry about that because they'll have enough stored that they'll be eating that through the winter. So, yep. So, but yeah, yep. So that's how that goes. But how cold did it get last winter? The coldest stretch we had last winter, we had that stretch in December when I didn't have the camper ready. Again, my fault. We had a couple 3 days, I think it was, where it was extremely, extremely cold. I could not get the camper to go higher than 55 degrees with the heat on full blast because it wasn't skirted in, didn't have any plastic on the windows, didn't have the felt up or any of that type of stuff. Once I got that taken care of, the difference was like night and day. Was like night and day in here. So that made all the difference in the world. So, um, I could continue to live in the camper for quite a while if I need to. I definitely want to get a building in here. So we're gonna have to see. Next year a stock pond somewhere on the property. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. There's other things that we need to take care of first. How do you know they have honey? Because the first two boxes were completely full. They're all set. The guy that I got the bees from actually came out um, early in the fall and looked at what we had, and he said, "Yeah," he goes, "They got plenty of honey. They're going to be just fine for the winter." And there was still time for them to gather more at that point. So the third box didn't have nothing in it this year. They were messing around in that third box. In the spring, I fully anticipate that that third box will be, you know, they'll get going in the spring and get honey in there. And that third box is just strictly going to be honey. That'll be honey that I collect. The two lower levels is for the bees. And so I did not, other than he cut me out a little piece of honey that he gave me. That's the only honey that I collected out of the bees this year because this year was about them building up the hive, getting the hive squared away and getting that hive ready. And that's what they've been doing. And so that's, they'll go from the lower box to the second box, and that's what they'll work on. They'll stick all together to keep warm, and they, like I said, they have that honey. So, but I am really hoping they weather the winter fine. Could I lose them in the winter? Absolutely, I could. Absolutely, I could. How many pounds will you be able to harvest per season? That I don't know, Billy the Kid. To be honest with you, when the spring comes, because now, let's say the winter goes fine, they make it through the winter, everything is good, right? What'll end up happening is the hive is established. What they'll end up doing is they'll focus on reloading honey, and they'll do all three levels, and then I'll probably be able to put a fourth level on at that point for them to do that one too. We do plan on establishing more hives next year as well, so there probably will be at least two more hives going in next year, and if they swarm, hopefully we can catch a swarm and make more hives. That's kind of the game plan there. And but yeah, the bees are amazing. It's an amazing thing to watch and to see what they do and how they do it. But yeah, it's just we're going to get what out of it, what we get out of it. But, it's just a matter of making sure that they're good. Ed, I'm down in Memphis, Tennessee. If you wanted those treated bridge timbers, make great posts for a building. Yeah, man, just like I said, shoot me an email. Give me your phone number. I'll give you a holler, and we can kind of figure things out from there. I have some people that are down in Tennessee, some group members. Maybe we can coordinate something like that where they could pick them up, and be able to bring them. So we'll figure all that out. I could always make a trip down too, with the trailer, and do what we got to do. So we'll definitely we'll talk. Like I said, shoot me an email, give me your phone number, and I'll give you a call. So, but yeah, like I said, it's if you don't notice the wonder of nature, then you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. Oh my God, there's a relationship with everything with nature. That's why I love being out in the country, not being in the city and dealing with that craziness and suburbia. I will never go back to any of that. I don't ever want to go back to any of that. Um, I love being out here. I love the people that I've surrounded myself with. We have, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I don't care if people like it or don't like it, but we have a great group of people here, a great group of people working together, common thoughts, like-mindedness, and diverse backgrounds, and all that. But we all get along, and we're working on uh, preparing to be as ready as we can be when the time comes. I'll be honest with you. I hope we get the time. I don't know if we're going to have enough time, but whatever time we get, each month that goes by, things will get better, more things will get done, and you'll continue to see that process, and the growing and all that type of thing. So, that's what it's about. I mean, you got to have a game plan. You got to have a reason, and when the time comes, we don't just plan on surviving, folks. We plan on thriving. Yep, the muddy list. I will show it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. Sat out in the weather for, oh God, 2 weeks maybe, something like that, and then I found it. So, and everybody's, oh, are you going to transfer that over? Oh yeah, yeah, I'm going to transfer it over. No, it's just same booklet, a little worse for wear, but it works. All right. We're going to start out with Heavenly Hills Homestead. Nice family doing growing giant vegetables. So definitely check out Ryan and his crew over there. They're doing a good job. You have Icky Can up in Canada. He's been living off grid almost as long as I have. Another good guy. Definitely show him some support. You have Angry Prepper. That is Jason down in New York City. Jason's a real smart guy. Definitely worth a listen to. You have Alaska Prepper. That is Rudy I was gonna say Canada, but he's in Alaska. He's in Alaska doing his thing up there. Good guy, very down to earth. I like Rudy a lot. You have Alaska Granny. There is Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Two different channels, same guy, master builder. Living off grid up in Canada, showing you how to do it, getting gardens going, doing all the things that he's doing with that. There's also Demcad. He's a good guy as well, real smart, good to listen to. Uh, let's see. We have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizarriza Jizza who does the Carrington Chronicles. It's another good channel. Definitely worth a listen to. Let's see. We got Marfugal News, Adam and Dax out on the West Coast, out in Seattle, doing their thing out there, sharing information. Definitely fun to listen to them. There is Magic Prepper in North Dakota. You have Wrangle Star, that's Cody. Good channel. A lot of great information on his channel. Let's see. Where am I? Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily coming at you from Europe. She I'd like to see what she has to say from a different perspective across the pond. You have Kyle's Cabin, Kyle and Sierra doing their thing up in Minnesota. Nice young couple up there living off grid. There's Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team. Really good couple. They split the time between Michigan and Alaska. Definitely worth a listen to them. A lot of knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge. There is Green Greg's, another good guy, another channel worth listening to. Southern Prepper 1 with his Boots on the Ground series. There is Gray Man Prepping. You have Truly Tara 76. You have Doug and Stacy. Doug and Stacy have been around for a long time. Good channel, a lot of good information on their channel as well. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. There is the Green Dream Project out in Arizona doing their thing out there, living in the desert, showing you what it's like to survive there. Let's see. You have Camping with Steve Wallace, who does stealth camping. A lot of fun to watch him. He is up in Canada. There is Bush Doctor Survival. You have Monkey Works. There is the Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time. Good channel there. Boss of the Swamp, another master builder. The guy's unbelievable to watch him build and do his thing there. There is Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond is a very smart guy. Definitely worth a listen to what he has to say. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. Somebody, again, who's just a straight shooter. She says it like it is. Definitely worth a listen to. There is City Prepper. You have Lumina Acres. There is Suspicious Observer, letting you know with everything that's going on with the sun, with the solar flares, and all that type of stuff. Really good channel to listen to. There is Bear Independent. You have the Uneducated Economist. There is Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. There is Mary Greeley News, giving you all the latest of what's going on with earthquakes, Yellowstone, and everything like that. So, what's going on, Pennsylvania Granny? Huh, okay. You have Adapt 2030. There's Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy to get your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall's a great guy, very passionate about the weather, but he gives back to the community as well. I wonder, some of these people not being able to see what's going on, I think that's what's happened. I saw a couple people say that they didn't see me. Are you guys, yeah, are somebody you guys saying 5x5, everything's fine? Maybe it's YouTube playing games. Screen temporarily went white with the circle of death. Oh, okay, well, that's weird. The screen is going black. That's weird. I'm perfectly fine on my end, guys. And I don't even know. Refreshed it and you're going in and out, DJ is saying. That's so weird. Somebody else is saying black screen. On my end, guys, it's absolutely fine. I'm not having any issues on my end at all. I think certain people are just having problems. All right, well, let's finish this up. We got Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand as well. Good guy. Says it like it is. Lets you decide what you want to do with it. Deep South Homestead, another very family friendly oriented channel. Definitely check them out as well. Let's see. You have The Outsider up in Maine. You have The Fit Farmer. There is Prep Rebel. Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend showing you what it's like to live in the 1800s. So they're very good as well. You have The Prepared Mind. There's Pinball Preparedness down in Tennessee. East Tennessee Preparedness, the Economic Ninja, and last but not least, Little House Off Gritty. A lot of channels, and definitely, a lot of good information out there. Mine went black for like 30 seconds. That is so weird. That is so weird. Huh. But a lot of good channels. I think we should be supporting each other. I think that that is important that we do so. So I would definitely encourage you to check out the channels. I know other people put other channels in the chat, and that's perfectly fine as well. All right, that is so bizarre. I don't know why. Because all of a sudden I saw the numbers drop, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. I've been listening to Pinball. That dude is so knowledgeable. Yeah, I like him. I've met him in person. He's a freaking giant, guys. He's like 6'8". You can't tell when he's sitting at his desk, doing the videos. You can't tell how big he is. But when he did his get together 2 years ago, yeah, shiny head. That's called oily skin. That's why the wrinkles aren't there, folks. See, That's why you stay looking younger, even though you deal with acne your whole life. So, but Yeah, no, Pinball's a good guy, real good guy, very, very down to earth. But I couldn't believe how big he was. I was like, holy crap, this guy's enormous. But anyway, yeah, like I said, we're a small community, and I think, like I said, we should definitely be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do so. So we're at 243. Yeah, 6'8". Pinball is 6'8". Yep, Larry. Yep, that's what I said. So, what are we at? 243. Let's see if we can. We got to get 250 anyway. That's only seven more. That should be easy for you guys. So let's do this. Yeah, he's super tall. Yeah, he is. Yep. I wonder what's going on. Why they're the games that are going on with the champ? Because like I said, on my end, my connection is fine. I'm streaming with no issues whatsoever. So I don't know why you guys are having problems on your end. So anyway, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's do that, and we will go from there. Franklin County, Ohio. 15 screen flash. That's so weird. Tucson, Arizona with Angela. Nowhere, Oklahoma with Okie Forge. Critter Lover in Virginia. Austin, Texas with Billy the Kid. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. Larry in Omaha, Nebraska. Nebraska with Sean. Hillsboro, Oregon with Chewy. BC, Canada with Jeanette. Emil also in BC, Canada. Waterloo, New York with Sharon. Montreal, Quebec, Canada with Daniel. Full of Hope up in Ireland. Thanks for staying up late with us, hon. Appreciate that. Cave Creek, Arizona. Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda. East Tennessee or East Central Illinois with Lana. Uh, Tennessee with Broken Dolly. Uh, Seadrift, Texas with JD. Greenlee County, Arizona with Codster. Morning Light coming from West Virginia. Dawn in the UP of Michigan. Texas with Dust Devil. Cape Cod, Mass. We got Nova Scotia, Canada. Our Life Off Grid. Uh, let's see. Southwest Ohio with Brenda. Sean the Englishman in Chatham, Canada. West Central Ohio with Dale. Water in the Walter in the country of Baran. Oh, very cool. Well, glad to have you here. Palatica, Idaho with Janita. Northern Michigan with Valerie. Let's see. Western New York with Karen. Utica, New York with Mary. Oh, Marianne, sorry. Central Iowa with Robert. We have Southern Maine with Kim Possible. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada with Joyce. Central Kentucky with Noodlehead. I like that name. That's very cool. Let's see. 18th or 19th screen flash. That is so weird. I don't know why it's doing. It's not. I'm not seeing any of that on my end, guys. I'm not seeing any of that. So I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. That's bizarre. But anyway, guys, yeah, we're all over the country, like you said again, all over the world. We're a huge network of people. If we could ever get organized and squared away, we got Cook's Cove, Newfoundland, with Mar. Uh, they would be terrified if we were ever organized, truly organized. Could you imagine a whole bunch of prep people organized, squared away, connected, without their system? They wouldn't know what to do. Can't control that, right? No interruptions here in Canada, Sean said. Okay, yeah, I know some people are having problems, and other people are fine. So it's really that's so weird. But Billy, the kid Norwood said they won't allow us to organize. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. They don't want us to. That's for sure. But Brenda said it wouldn't let me into the live chat until now. That's crazy. That's nuts. Juby Joe said that's what it's going to take. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. But like I said, all the thing that we can do, folks, is we can control our own destiny, take care of what we got to take care of. That is the best thing that we can possibly do. Be as prepared as we possibly can be. Whatever's going to happen, uh, they're going to, yeah, hell was getting a drink. They're going to allow it to happen. Um, and we're going to have to deal with the aftermath of that. So, we have to be as ready as we can, be as prepared as we can. And when the time comes, instead of reacting, we need to act. That's the important thing. Making sure that we act appropriately. And China versus U.S. flashed again. Is that what it's saying on there, Billy the Kid? What's it saying? Something weird is going on with YouTube. The fourth turning. Sound is on, but no image. Image is on, but one with no sound. That's so weird. Just more games. That's what it comes down to. It's more games. Barbara said, now I have no sound. That is so bizarre. Did you hear that New York now wants to have a migrant tax? Unbelievable. Anything that they can do to get your hand in your pocket. That is for sure. Anything that you can do. Well, guys, I'm sorry that there's been so many issues with this. This is absolutely nuts. Fine here on the iPhone app. Okay. Critter Lover said she's fine. 5x5. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, well, we'll cut this short just because of all the issues. I want to thank my moderators who are doing an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Thank you very much for everything that you do, ladies and gentlemen, that moderate for me. You guys are awesome. And so thank you for what you do. Also, I want to thank all you guys for being here as well, supporting the channel. It really is cool, and I very much appreciate it. And like I said, it's just, are my moderators still here? Yeah, there he is. Okay. I was like, where's everybody? Um, no, I don't know what's going on. Could be solar flare stuff. Could be. There's a lot of activity going on out there with the sun and everything as well. But yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, crazy stuff. Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we truly will be in much, much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. They use race, religion, political affiliation. It's all games. It's all meant to keep us divided and fighting amongst each other instead of coming together as human beings, and working together and making good things happen. Uh, what we're doing here is a great example of a bunch of strangers coming together who are no longer strangers, who have developed our own family, and working together and making things happen. You look at the progress that we've made over the course of just this year, and even over the last 6 months alone, has been absolutely amazing. To me, it's amazing, and it's going to continue to get better. We will continue to grow, and you will see within a very short period of time a very organized, well, we're organized already, but a much more sustainable property for long term. And that's the next goal. Getting the buildings squared away, people working on their buildings, getting them up to where they want them to be. And then, getting gardens in, getting all that squared away and doing all those type of things. So we're going to get there. It's just, like I said, it's just a matter of time, but we're going to get there. So anyway, guys, again, also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. A doggy in my lap. Um, Also, remember the most important one, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Best acronym in the world. If you follow that acronym, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen. Stay away from negative people that say negative things and try to keep you down, that don't want you to succeed or be successful. Do it, succeed in spite of them. That's important. All right. Be safe, everyone. I will see you on the next one. I hope your weekend is awesome, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.